Yo, what is up, you guys? Raw here, and this is going to be today's Guild Wars against Arena Legends, Reina, Poland, and Black Skies. And we're going to get into here. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today in Guild Wars. We're going to be using a Pumpkin Duke. We're going to be taking out Pixie and using a Pumpkin Duke and see what we can get done with the Pumpkin Duke. As you can see, a lot of these mites in these guilds are so close together that a lot of them offer the same amount of points or one less. So it's actually pretty good when you're attacking these guilds, that if you hit somewhere in the top 15 of everybody, it's only a few points difference, so it doesn't really matter. We have blind there. I always skim through just to see if anyone's got some easy heroes out there. And look at that, we're gonna catch Olaf Biggles with his raid heroes out. So Olaf's base is pretty tough. Usually those towers are pretty devastating, just like most of the top bases, arrow towers nowadays. But yeah, so we're gonna attack him, and you can see my lineup down below. We have Pumpkin Duke, Ares, Pixie, Warlock, Tree, and SK. That SK is 8 of 8 deadly strikes, so when you pair him up with the Pumpkin Duke, he tends to go pretty hard in the paint, if you know what I'm saying. So once he gets revved up by Pumpkin Duke and that deadly strike starts proccing, there's nothing to it. But since he has raid heroes out, we're going to do something a little different here. I'm just going to drop a little snipe action going, drop SK in there. We're going to drop Pumpkin Duke later on. This is not usually how I raid with Pumpkin Duke, but this is what I just decided to do. And look at that, all heroes down, 19%. Big deal, right? I mean, he didn't really have any good heroes out there besides Skull Knight, so he still manages. Look at them towers picking apart my other heroes. Warlock, Ares, and Pixie have been destroyed. I didn't notice at the time of this video, because I am talking over right now, but I didn't notice that I wasn't running a Cupid, so we're definitely going to have to fix that. I accidentally took out Cupid instead of Pixie when I decided to raid with Pumpkin Duke today, so luckily he had his raid heroes out. So alright, we're going to drop Tree in here just for the fun of it to revive everybody. So we lost 3 heroes even with his raid heroes out. There's 549 points for that base. So we're going to go in here to this next one, and this is going to be Devil Adinchi. And as you can see, I added a Cupid to the lineup. Now, I started using Pumpkin Duke to mess around with it a little bit, and I actually ended up liking it for some bases. For some bases, it really helps. First, I'm going to drop Skull Knight and Warlock. Then I'm going to drop this 5 Revite Pumpkin Duke. As soon as he procs, I'm dropping Cupid, and then Ares to put them under Calamity, and Pumpkin Duke's just going crazy. As you can see, boom, 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 whole team dead with 20% left on there. So that's the strategy that I'm using when I use Pumpkin Duke. The key to this is on bases like this, you want to drop Pumpkin Duke. You don't want Pumpkin Duke to get into the base. You want as few of heroes in the base. I usually only drop Skull Knight and Warlock and let them go into the base first. But you don't want to get everyone revved up and then chance failing or destroying too many buildings before you have the heroes dead. So it worked perfectly right there, and that's pretty much the strategy that I'm trying to show you guys today. So now we have King DD, and look at that Demo Gorgon on defense. This is the first time I'm going to be going up against a Demo Gorgon. I don't know if he's very good on defense. I know this hero is phenomenal on offense. Sure, you guys have seen some videos and some gameplay of him just sniping everything in its path. It's really crazy. I know people who have spent $6,000 to get this hero on the first day it came out. I mean, could you imagine what you could buy with $6,000? I would take a trip to Ireland if I could for $6,000. I'd buy it. You could buy a fucking car for $6,000. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna drop Skull Knight on the corner with Warlock, and we want him to walk in this base and kind of hang out in the side corner. So now he's starting to go in. I'm gonna drop Pumpkin Duke down here. He procs. There's the Cupid, and then I'm gonna drop Ares up top to put him under Calamity. Skull Knight is supersonic speed. Boom, boom. Oh, Skull Knight died. But you know what? We have a 5 of 5 Revitalize Tree Tour to get those heroes back up. And as you can see, we still have 5 maxed out towers ready to just chew up our heroes. So we're gonna have to be a little careful. We are at 33%. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop tree over here, and I'm just gonna have to play this carefully. And I'm not gonna have to play it carefully. Those towers can't do too much when they aggro on the Skull Knight. And then with the Pumpkin Duke in there, they revved up pretty quick and actually kind of flew through the base. 549 points for that one. We definitely are gonna have to revive some heroes. Next base is gonna be Blind. Now, I personally know Blind's heroes, and most of his heroes are set up for Guild Wars defense. So this might be a little tough. Now, this is edited. A lot of these bases took me more than one try, but I'm just showing you the highlights here. So we did the same strategy with Pumpkin Duke. Skull Knight's in there wreaking havoc. We have Valentina, Harpy Queen, and Ghoulam left. Ghoulam procs, and he's going to heal all these squishy heroes. There's a Calamity. Nice. My Calamity went up right after the Valentina proc, so that really saved my ass right there. So everything's done. 42%. It was done around 30 something percent, but we're gonna go ahead and drop tree, revive the rest for the cleanup, and I think you guys can kind of see where I'm going with Pumpkin Duke on this one. Now, I've tried to use a 4 or 5 revitalized Pumpkin Duke. It's actually an 8 of 8 Berserk Pumpkin Duke, so 550 score for that one. It's actually an 8 of 8 Berserk Pumpkin Duke with 4 level 4 Revite Crest, and it still works, guys. It's not like you have to have 5 Revitalized. It definitely does make it easier. So we're going to go into this last base here, and this is SDSASD. So we're doing the same thing Pumpkin Duke. Look at that. Get that Ghoulam down before he procs. Nice. Alright, so we have Dread Drake, Beast Tamer left. They're going to kill my Skull Knight, actually. The Dread Drake is proccing like crazy on my heroes here. He's hidden behind the Town Hall, so I can't really see what's going on. But I think he's beating on Beast Tamer. He's beating on Beast Tamer. So, alright, all my heroes are dead. Beast Tamer and Dread Drake are left. 23%, guys. We have a little wiggle room here. We need a Calamity. Oh, Pumpkin Duke revved up Skull Knight like crazy on that one. And that was about all there is to it. So even when you do revive with Tree and Skull and you get that PD proc, man, do your heroes just go nuts. Alright, so that was all the top 5 bases I hit today. My score was 2747, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a new strategy I've been toying around with, and I really do like it. And I still use my old strategy for some bases, but I have found when there's arrow towers and there's certain kinds of bases that aren't really sniper friendly, that this makes it a lot easier. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Smash that like button. If we can get 100 likes on this video, that would be absolutely amazing. Thanks for all the love, guys. Catch you in the next one, and don't forget to stay raw, baby.